Good morning. It's a little bit after 7 o'clock and I am at Crescent Beach, which is literally just up the coast from St. Augustine. It's not very far at all. I just fancied a change of scenery from Central Florida. So I got up really early this morning just to drive up here, sit by the ocean and watch the sun come up, because I mean, it's better than that. It's a beautiful beach. It's pretty empty because obviously it's early. It's a bit breezy, it's not cold, but it's chillier than I thought it was going to be. I don't have a jacket or anything. It's been a minute since I made a video, and I wasn't really sure if I was going to make one today, but I always have my camera stuff with me in the car, so let's try and make a video down in St. Augustine. We'll figure something out, but first things first, I need to go sit in the car and warm up, and I need coffee, so I'll just leave you guys here, and I'm going to go warm up. So parking in St. Augustine is pretty expensive. I haven't got my bearings at all, I've never been here. So I'm just looking for somewhere I can maybe grab a bite of breakfast and a coffee. I just looked on my iPhone. I'm looking for a place called Schmegel's Bagels. And my phone says it's just up here on the left, so yeah. Okay, so I made it. Schmegel's Bagels. It's just down the street. I got myself an iced coffee, which is much needed. Oh, it's got hazelnut in it, delicious. And I got a breakfast wrap, like all sorts in there. It's like cream cheese, sausage, tomato, scrambled egg. Oh wow, that's delicious. Cream cheese just like makes everything better, right? So, St. Augustine. I've never been here. It's somewhere I've always wanted to visit since I've lived in Florida. And it's one of those places I've noticed that whoever comes here, they always say good things about it. They always recommend you come up here. So I'm looking forward to just discovering it, and according to Google, it's the nation's oldest city, which I guess to my ignorant English brain surprises me, because Florida wasn't one of the original 13 colonies, and as far as I can remember, like the southernmost colony was probably Georgia. So in my mind, like somewhere like Plymouth or further up to the northeast would be the oldest place in America, but I guess I think in 1565, the Spanish kind of occupied St. Augustine. And then there was a whole 7-year war and the American Revolution, and then the British, sorry guys, came and took St. Augustine. But not for long, because we either just gave it back to Spain or Spain came and beat us up and took it back. I should have paid more attention in school. Google says this is the oldest city in the nation, and who is to say Google is wrong? So it's actually quite nice to be somewhere that's a little more historic for the state of Florida especially. It has a lighthouse, it has a fort, it has the oldest street in the nation, it has the narrowest street in the nation, it has the oldest school building or wooden school. There's a lot to do. So yeah, I am going to eat, going to drink my coffee, and just pick a few things out that I'd like to try and do and enjoy and share with you guys. I noticed after my last video that my channel is over 2,000 subscribers now, which is kind of mind-blowing for a few reasons, mainly because the channel's like new, it's 8 months old or something like that. So the fact that there's 2,000 people now is amazing, and thank you very much, everyone. Kind of came at a weird time though. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram. I put out a post recently replying to a lot of people that messaged me sort of saying, hey, you disappeared, like why is there no videos, etc, etc. February was a weird month for me. I just needed to take some time out of like my own head and figure some stuff out. And during that period of time I thought about YouTube. Why am I doing it? What am I doing it for? Who am I doing it for? And I kind of got to a point where I was like, should I even bother? Like, should I just stop? And that coincided with noticing that there was a jump in subscribers, so it's kind of weird timing. I figured out a lot in February, and one of the things I figured out is actually what I do want to do with YouTube and how I'd like it to go, and I'm quite excited about it. I have to say, I'm very much in love with the sort of colonial Spanish architecture of this place. Obviously from my stellar history lesson earlier, it was the Spanish that found this place, and it really comes across in just the buildings, the rooftops, the way things are lined up. Over there's a Flagler Liberal Arts University. It's just tiny, but what an incredible building, and there's really nice churches, and I think there's a cathedral, and it's just all the streets are rickety and uneven. It's just nice to be somewhere that feels old, and it's just got like a little bit of history about it. So there's an awful lot here to do, and I have no intention of trying to get it all done. I was really here just to hang out for the day and get away from Central Florida, but now I've kind of committed to making a video. I obviously should pick some things to film, like the historic fort that they built when the Spanish came here to defend St. Augustine. But there's also the lighthouse. You can actually go inside that. Probably go do that because it just lends more options to like photography and going up a lighthouse, which is really cool. They do like tons of ghost tours and graveyard tours here, which are always quirky and fun, but more of a nighttime thing. Whenever I go to like a new place, wherever it is, I've always enjoyed discovering it more organically, like just getting lost, literally getting lost, wandering down streets and finding places myself. And I always feel like you feel more connected to a city when you do it that way. So I've done something that's unlike me, and I just went online and I bought a Old Town Trolley Tours pass. Basically what it means is I can jump on and off of the trolley at 22 stops, like all day. It was like $27 for the whole day. I bought it online. If you don't buy it online, I think it's like $10 more. So $27, I get to get on and off all day. Okay, full disclosure, that trolley tour lasted about 9 minutes for me. It was fine, other than the puns at every other comment. This is a castle, but it's not really a castle. And over there, anyone can get married, but if I wear a wedding dress, I'll get arrested. It was just incessant punnery. Punny McPunnison driving the trolley. I had to get off. It was just killing the St. Augustine vibe for me. $27 invested, $27 wasted, and a stark reminder to myself as to why I don't personally like those things. I think they're great. Like, if you're into that kind of thing, they get you around the town that you're in or the city you're in a lot quicker. You cover more ground, you get off your feet, you can get on and off as you like. They're just not for me. My funny bone just couldn't take any more of a kicking, if I'm honest. The $27 that I paid was well worth it because they let me off. So I jumped off opposite the Gonzalez Alvarez house, which is this pink building over here. And this is the oldest house in the nation, which is pretty cool. There's a museum and a gardens in here. You can pay to go in. But I did overhear someone saying that when this was originally built, it was one story. And then when the British sort of rocked up, they added a second story to it. And apparently when the British came here, added a second story to nearly all the buildings so that it would look more British. Okay, so one small downside about me jumping off the trolley was I don't actually know where I am. So now I am actually just walking down some random back alley in, I think, this general direction. So yeah, I'm gonna head now, I think, to the oldest street in the nation. It's called Aval Street or Aval Street, I'm not entirely sure. I could do with like an ice cream or a milkshake or a coffee or all of the above. So maybe I'll get one of those on the oldest street in the nation.
Okay, so this is Aval Street. This is the oldest street in the nation. It's very narrow and very short, as you'd expect. I think the Spanish military hospital was on this street as well. It's really cool. It's very, very quaint. It feels very Spanish. I mean, I'm pointing out the obvious here, but I lived in Spain for a while, and it feels very authentic. I'm a bit disappointed because there's a ice cream sandwich shop just down there, but they're closed. And I think there's a horse. Hello. Hi. Yeah, so there's an ice cream sandwich shop on the oldest street in America. It's closed, so it's probably a good thing for my belly. So yeah, I haven't turned ads on the channel up until now, mainly because I really didn't know what I was doing in general. But also, ads can be annoying because, you know, an ad that's dropped in the wrong place while you're trying to tell a story can really... See, it's really annoying, isn't it? But as I was saying, I am going to turn AdSense on this channel at some point, but I've honestly never looked at what's the minimum number of ads, how do they put them on. To begin with, I'm going to try and make it so the absolute minimum go on there so it doesn't impact the video too much, because up until this point I've never had any adverts. So I just wanted to let people know that that will start, because if these big businesses want to give me a couple of cents every month, then I'll gladly take it, but I just don't want the video to become this like ad thing. So baby steps. This has been your YouTube AdSense update. Let's go to the lighthouse. So that was really cool, I enjoyed that. It was 219 steps up, 219 steps all the way back down. Okay, so I actually really enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun. And I'd recommend, if you come to St. Augustine, go at the lighthouse. There's more than just the lighthouse. There's like a whole museum attached to it where they do different tours. You can walk through the lightkeeper's house, and just there's a lot of artifacts of old. And it's I found it really interesting. It's 165 feet. 219 steps to the top. It's fairly steep and very narrow, but it's doable for most people, I would say. You just have to let people pass. I've always had a thing for lighthouses. I don't know why. I think it's just the stories that they could tell and the things that they've seen as like entities and buildings. It's fascinating to me that over the years, the things that they've seen and the lives that they've saved throughout the state of Florida. There's 30 lighthouses, and I believe there's only 6 that are open to the public anymore. Obviously that was one of them. And I'm really, really keen to maybe take a project for myself where I visit all of them. Gives me an excuse to go and get lost in Florida and just visit them and improve my photography, and maybe search the areas and find like a cool cocktail bar and food near the lighthouse. I don't know, maybe I'll make a coffee table book out of it for me. Oh yeah, I bought myself a lighthouse. It's cool. This is St. Augustine, Florida, isn't it? Lighthouse, really cool. So this street that I've been walking down. I think it's called St. George Street, and it's a very busy street. It's just very touristy, so it's cool, but every other store is a ice cream shop or a coffee shop or a bar or somewhere to eat, and then in between all those you've got like souvenir shops. So it's a really cool street, but it's really, really busy, and it feels far more touristy than any of the other streets I've been on here. But it does have the oldest wooden schoolhouse in the USA, which is actually really cool.
Now lay me in the ocean. Why lullabies I've used my time. Now lend me to.
So I follow a YouTube account called David Manning. And he's a guy I respect and admire a lot. You should follow his account, it's awesome. And he said once in one of his videos, the pursuit of perfection destroys progress, or words to that effect. And I'm pretty sure they're not his words, I'm sure he borrowed it from someone else, because we're all just copies of copies. And I can apply that phrase to something as simple as a YouTube channel, like making a video. Is a video good enough, or isn't it good enough? But really, that statement applies across the board to life. I never wanted a YouTube account, I never wanted an Instagram account, and I never had a Facebook account. And there's two people that are solely responsible for me having YouTube or Instagram, because we argued about it for months, and I just kept saying, I'm not interested. And they kept saying that we think you'd be good at it. And they are two guys from England, Nick and Lee, and I'm pretty sure anyone in Britain that follows this account knows who they are. Their YouTube channel is The Lodge Guys, and for the last 2 years they have put out a video every single day. But like, it's mind-blowing that they've maintained that pace, because it's not easy. They're either to blame or to thank, depending on how you look at the videos I've made so far. And whilst the content I try to make is vastly different from theirs and theirs from mine, I couldn't do what they do. It's very impressive that they've continued at that level. Starting a YouTube channel actually was a real blessing that I didn't even realize it would be for me. I'm someone that has a noisy head, always have, and all of a sudden I had an outlet of like, oh, I can make something, or I can try and do something like creative. And it focused me, and I was like, oh, this is really exciting. I've always been a creative person, but also I've been a person that throughout my life has struggled a lot with like finding my place, or finding worth in me in general, I suppose, or like just things you do, like that's not good enough, or just who I am. So along with the outlet of creativity that really helped me, came a bit of a curse that I didn't expect, and that is the amplification of that. I have this vision of, I want this video to look like this, or I want this photograph to look like that, and I look at it and I'm like, this is shit. And it should stop there. It should just be like, I don't think this is very good, but that cascades into, well, I'm also no good at this, and I also fail at that, and therefore it's arguably like rocky ground, like for me, like YouTube and stuff like that. I had to like take a step back and stuff and evaluate everything, and YouTube was obviously one of those things, because I kind of found myself thinking, why am I doing it? What am I doing it for? Like, and just not really believing in it. And I think that's because I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it. We live in a world where everyone wants instant gratification. Like, everyone wants to be an influencer. I don't even know what an influencer is. By definition, if someone watches a video of mine and I'm drinking a coffee in a coffee shop and someone fancies going to the coffee shop, by definition is influencing. But there's influencing and there's using influence, I think. And what I've come to realize is that I'm super thankful for the people that follow me, and I'm super thankful for the people that have supported me in life. Forget YouTube, like in my life, behind the scenes. There's wanting to influence, and then there's using your influence, and I can't really describe it very well. Like, if someone's sole goal is to have 100,000 followers and to put their name to every product out there, then more power to them. Like, that's fine. Like, I don't think that's a bad thing. It's just not me. I think it's what you do with any minuscule amount of influence you have, you know? I fundamentally don't care about how many subscribers there are, or how many likes, or how many follows, or I don't care about it as the driver for what I'm doing. It makes me feel excited again about doing some things that I have planned, and it's given me a real idea of what I want this channel to do and what I think it could be. And of course, would it be awesome if I had 20,000 people watching these videos and enjoying them? Absolutely. Would it be great if I could go on all these adventures and go to all these places and do all these things and make these videos and maybe open doors to making some money by working with companies or partnering with people? Sure, I'm not saying that those things aren't things that would be great for me. What I'm saying is they're not the focus. My blastocyst-sized YouTube channel on the internet with 2,000 followers is just as important to me as it would be if it had 20,000 followers. And of course, 20,000 followers opens new doors to even bigger and better adventures, and I'm not saying I don't want that. What I'm saying is I'm comfortable not having it now. I want this channel to be fun and to make people feel good and to make people want to step outside their shell. With everything that's happened, no one should need anyone telling them, go out and seize the day. No one should need anyone telling them, go out and do things you've always wanted to do. But if someone can watch a video and be inspired to go do something, that truly does mean something to me. And am I saying that it wouldn't also be awesome going forward if I could make that work for me? Of course, I'm not saying it wouldn't be cool. It would be cool, but it's not important. What's important are the reasons you're doing it. All that said, I don't know why, where am I even going? All that said, the pursuit of perfection destroys progress. With this video today, it has been a real struggle because the last few weeks have been a bit of a struggle. Everything I've just said about doing things that you want to do, doing things that make you happy, doing things that make other people feel better, I stand by it, and I'm kind of going against that now by saying I forced something. I think if I hadn't done this, and I know it's not uploaded yet, I haven't even looked at the footage, if I hadn't done this, I don't think I'd have made another video. I think I had to get this out, and then from this point on I know exactly what it is I want to do, and if people want to stick around for that, then that would be awesome. And if people don't like that, then that's equally fine. But I think people are going to like it. I'm really excited about it. So don't worry about being perfect, because it's probably not all that good anyway. I'm hungry. I'm gonna get some food. I am in a place called Ice Plant Bar. It seems like a fairly fancy cocktail bar that does nice food, and it was actually recommended to me by someone in Orlando when they found out I was coming up here. So I touched on it earlier, my channel's got 2,000 subscribers now. Actually, wait, I haven't really looked, 1 second. My channel has 2,076 subscribers now. Thank you. Now I know a lot of people who have Instagram accounts or YouTube accounts at times like this go out and they buy big shiny helium balloons and they go somewhere and take fancy pictures, but I'm not cute enough to go out in public with big shiny floaty balloons that highlight to everyone that I am not cute enough to be walking around with big shiny floaty balloons. So to thank everyone for following me to this point, I'm gonna eat a calorie for every one of you. Yes, awesome. So the food arrived, and I think I was just starting to say that I was going to eat a calorie for every subscriber to say thank you. Looking at what's just arrived, I'm going to be eating substantially more than a calorie for each person that's followed me. I got myself a cocktail. It's a rum cocktail. It's called the Come Sail Away, and it is pimento dram, Jamaican rum, demerara rum, and black rum with hibiscus, ginger, orange, and lime juice. It's delicious. Ooh.
Rum cocktails are usually really sweet, but this isn't. It's actually kind of tart because of the lime juice. Food looks incredible. It's a Wagyu beef burger, have it cooked medium, and it just looks epic. And there's like a side of delicious rosemary French fries. So yeah, I'm gonna eat these. Look at that. Time's getting on now. I want to head over to the beach and maybe just try and catch some of the sunset. Okay, so I just paid. All in with a tip, it was like 40 bucks. The burger was $17. The cocktail was, I think, $11 or something like that, and then tax and the tip. I think it's fantastic value. The food was delicious, the drinks was great, the service was great. I got juice on my shirt, I need to go change it. Let's go to the beach. Okay, so I made it. The sun is going down quite quickly, but I'm on St. Augustine Beach now, and it's really beautiful here. The beach is lovely. There's not too many people around. They have a fishing pier up here. So I'm just gonna chill here for a bit and just watch the sun go down and enjoy the ocean. I mean, I don't know about anyone else, but being by the ocean is probably the one place where I feel more calm than anywhere else in the world. So yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy it. Thanks again for watching today. Thanks again for subscribing and liking and commenting and all those good things. And I'll see you again soon. Really want to get in the ocean. Like, I really want to get in, but I don't have swimming stuff or anything. Ah, screw it.